Morning guys, welcome back. This is Lauren, aka Flossabilities, back with another video. Happy Halloween everyone. I'm aware it's not Halloween, it's Saturday the 6th of November. But I wanted to film last weekend and I got the dreaded COVID. Yes, or as we affectionately term it in England, I got the vids. So I've been really poorly. really poorly. I didn't actually know it was COVID for a few days. I thought I just had the flu, and then I was getting some pretty weird symptoms. My partner had caught it as well. The whole apartment was just a den of doom. for a whole week we were just really miserable and very unwell. And we got some tests delivered and found out we were COVID, so we've been isolating and just trying to get better. I'm not even 100% now, but I feel a damn sight better than I did. So anything compared to what I did feel like feels like healthy, if that makes sense. So I was absolutely determined to do this Halloween edition video, even though it's a week late. So thank you for bearing with me, guys, and for anyone who posted get well soon comments. The positive thoughts and the prayers did work, guys, and I did get better. I'm just getting there slowly. So apologise, I've got a hot drink and I'm sorry, I know some people can't stand the slurping, but I need it for my throat. But it's in a Halloween mug. I'm wearing my spooky star top, so I'm trying to keep the Halloween vibes going before we get into Christmas. Anyway, so what was the plan for today originally? So the itinerary for today is I've got some shop updates. I'm going to do them first. New design reveal. No one's seen this yet. I've got a bit of personal stitching. I actually have some. This is my gym, but I have some personal stitching. And then finally, if you're into it, I've got a giant pile of haul. Haul-a-palooza. And this has been accumulating since like back in May, in my birthday, and I've just never found the right moment to show you on my video. So the moment is now. I'm going to show you all the things that I've collected, but please don't judge me because it is over many months. So yeah, if you would like to stick around for that at the end, fabulous. Right, first shop update. So as you don't know, like I said, my name's Lauren and I'm in one half of a design team with my brother Sam, who has frequented these videos, and if you'd like to look back at other ones, Sam does appear on them. And we do designs which are released on Etsy, so PDF versions, and also hard copies in local needlework stores all around the world. Yeah, it's brilliant. Still can't believe we've quite achieved that, to be honest. We did back in August our first ever needlework market show, which is just simply you design a collection of charts that for a certain amount of time only the shops that are attending and registered to be part of needlework market would be able to sell that pattern. And that time has now passed, and so I can release them all. So I just wanted to let you know, in case you haven't seen, that firstly, I've got this one with me because it was part of my Halloween display. One of our designs, Wisdom of a Witch. This one is now available on Etsy. Nice, easy pattern, not many colours, all full X's. I see there's like a little bit of back stitching like here. It's very minimal. DMC conversion provided if you don't want to do the hand-dyes. And yeah, this one is available and I've been thoroughly enjoying it as part of my Halloween display. We just got some fun, some kind of worldly wisdoms of a witch. Fabulous. So that's one. The next one that's been added, and I'll put pictures for these, is a grand gathering. This are giant, kind of looks almost Art Deco, someone said, piece that Peacock's hosting a grand gathering of lots of exotic birds. It's a big chart, not sugarcoating it, lots of colours, but all DMC, all full crosses, and this one's available. Next ones that are available is Jewels of the Jungle 1. This is an offshoot to the birds, so we appreciated the fact that some people might just want to stitch certain birds and make them into smalls. And also maybe not do the big frame. So we did offshoots. And this is Jewels of the Jungle 2. I love them birds. I've got on the Etsy shop also a shot of them done, so you could obviously make them into little pillows. So they're great for like small gift exchange retreats. Or you could put them together, so you could just, however you want really, you can put them that way or that way. And I've got them also on like a mock-up on white on Etsy. And it really changes the piece. So yeah, it's go check that out to see different ways of doing it. And then the final one, which we just added this week, is Chalet in the Snow. This is the next one in our kind of abodes, shelters in interesting locations. It's the best way we can describe it. And it gives us scope to do some very exciting and different types of locations, basically. As long as it's got a roof over its head, it's an abode to us. We've got some more fun ones of these planned for next year, and we've had people reach out to us with suggestions, and they are all like in a bank somewhere, the suggestions, so that we can pull them out here and there where we can. If we can visualize it, we'll do it. So yeah, this is just a never-ending series. I don't know when the ideas will dry up, but this is the next one. Now, what's special about this one? So that's all of them, by the way, that's been added. What's special about this chart is that we did the model stitch with Roxy Floss, which is by Evertotes in Canada. And Evertotes this week have literally just added the chart option and the floss pack. So if you really want to do it with the Roxy Floss, you have the option to buy the chart and or the floss on their website directly. So please do go check them out. I mean, check them out anyway. They're just fabulous. They've got some gorgeous fabrics and floss and designers on there. But yeah, if you've been waiting and have the chart and wanted the floss, the option is now available with them to pre-order. So yeah, get yourselves over to Evertotes and I'll put the link below. What else? Other big news is I've been working with Sam behind the scenes on an issue that's been plaguing us since December of 24, which is, and I won't go into it in detail, I won't bore anyone, but ultimately there was the EU created what's called a GPSR rule regulation about things coming into the EU countries. So anyone shipping anything in, even digitally, you know, like PDFs, has to have this crazy amount of things ticked off to be deemed safe, but be really excessive, you know, really excessive. And you also had to have an authorised person in the EU, so that if they wanted to, you know, question your charts, or what I'm saying charts because that's what I'm sending, but if they wanted to question the product you'd sent across, they could go to this authorised person, which obviously costs money. And Etsy had come up with some suggestions of people you could go with, and some of it was like thousands of pounds. I was like, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. But we've done some research and we found our own company, and I can confirm that we are now EU authorised. We have an authorised rep. It does cost us money, but we just were so annoyed that we couldn't ship directly to the EU. And if anyone wanted to buy, they had to go with our distributor in the States. ICG are fabulous, but obviously it's coming all the way from America, and you've got the customs charges, the shipping, when it was so much simpler for me to be able to just print them here in the UK and send them for UK and EU countries. So I've kind of got that side covered, and ICG's got like America and rest of the world covered. So we finally can ship directly to EU. And I know that some people have already taken advantage of it. So Woolly Sheep, it sounds ridiculous. They're in Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, but a trade de facto meant they were encompassed by this ruling. They've already took advantage of it. So you've been looking at hard copies of our charts. You're in Northern Ireland, UK, you'll check out Woolly Sheep. Rachel Talking Dog always has been able to have our charts, so go check out Rachel. And I know in Spain, Cotton Worm, she's just very kindly ordered some charts from us to go to her directly. So yeah, if you've been waiting for hard copies, you can ask your local L&S if you live in the EU now, and we can send them. And you can also go onto Etsy and purchase the digital PDF. It's huge news. So yeah, it was a real shame to stop seeing like orders come up and it say they're from Germany or the Netherlands. It was like, but I want to sell to people over there. It was just ridiculous. So it's been a lot of work behind the scenes and a lot of costs, but we've managed to do it. So yes, wonderful news, wonderful. Right, final bit of shop news. Thank you for bearing with me. New release time. So excited. This is our last release of the year. And it is a Christmas release. And I hope some of you will be very excited because I'm going to put a picture here. Last year, we released Trick or Treat Town in Halloween. I'm sorry I don't have it. I gifted it to Sam because I did the model stitch. And I knew he loved this piece, so I gifted it for his home for Halloween. And you guys went nuts for this chart. People love this chart. And it's one of our top sellers. But a lot of people said, oh, I'd love a Christmas version. Yes, we do. We always want the matching set, don't we? We always want Halloween, Christmas, spring, whatever. So me and Sam said to each other, we've got to do a Christmas version. And that's what we've done. So it is literally the same chart. It's just been Christmas. So let's have a look, guys. I framed this one a little different. I wanted to go up to the pavement. I'm probably just a smudge too short, but I'd already paid and bought for the frame. So just forgive me on that. I'm not perfect. I'm still, you know, the design is all good. It's my framing that's the issue. But here is the new chart. Christmas Town. Oh, I just love it. Right, let's talk details, guys. So, the differences from Halloween Town. Halloween Town, we had a lot of autumn leaves here, and we've changed that to snow. So there's a little bit more stitch in this one because the snow goes up to this back fence that was also in Halloween Town. We've added some festive wreaths and bows to our lanterns, our kind of Victorian lanterns. There was a spooky tree here, and now there is a Christmas tree adorned with lots of ornaments. We have swirls of snow and snowflakes in the sky instead of stars. And our spooky witch has been replaced by the big guy himself, Santa. I just love these little reindeer. And you see we've got all in the reins here. Yeah, this where it's just a tad short. His nose is literally just there. And I just wanted like one more stitch for you to be able to see that nose and then a bit of blue. But never mind, it is there. We've got some Santa sparkle. All the houses are the same. We've just colour coded them for Christmas and added some extra things like wreaths. This one has some lights hanging from it. They've all been adorned with snow. This one's now got a candy cane colour effect. This one has like a little white and blue added into it. And this one we've gone with like a Christmas green. There's some French knots on this wreath. And we've got new guys at the bottom. So we've replaced the trick-or-treaters with carolers dressed in old style clothing. And you can even see the musical notes just above them. We've got a guy carrying a present. We've still got our little dog wearing a Santa's hat. And we've got a guy carrying a Christmas tree. And the cemetery's turned into a Christmas tree farm instead. I think that's all the changes. But I love this. I really enjoyed stitching it. And guess what, guys? I stitched this on Ada. So a few people messaged me throughout the year and said, can you do Trick or Treat Town on Ada, or can you do this chart on Ada? And I am naturally a linen stitcher now, or an even weave, so you're linen, you know. I very rarely pick up Ada unless it's in a kit. But I don't mind stitching on Ada. I prefer stitching on linen. But I love Ada when it's called for. And I found this fabric. This is Mystic by Picture This Plus 18 count Ada. And I just loved the blue of that. They do a linen option too. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to stitch it on Ada just to show that you can stitch these on Ada. Even though there is a few, it's not a huge amount, but there is some 3/4 stitches, quarter stitches, back stitch and French knots. Most of it's X's, but some of the people and the little details are 3/4 and quarter stitches on them. And even though it's a little bit more frustrating than on linen to pierce through, it's doable. And I did it, and I didn't seem to struggle that much with it. So it's definitely doable on Ada. There we are, looking at the light, that might be a bit better. It's very grey here today. But that's Christmas Town. It is 225 stitches wide by 32 stitches high. And as I said, model done on 18 count Mystic fabric. Picture this plus. Gorgeous blue, absolutely stunning blue for Christmas. It's a Christmas blue. You know, I don't know what makes it different, but there's a difference between like it being a spooky blue and a Christmas blue. And I just thought, this is a Christmas blue. I really like it. But we hope you like. This is the last design of the year. And it's been, you guys are basically getting the first see of it today. I'm releasing it the minute the video is up. And I hope you like. And thank you very much for another wonderful year of designing. We have a lot more exciting plans next year. We've got more collaborations planned and different events that we're doing. It's just a dream, really, and it's not possible without you guys, so thank you so much for everyone's support. Right, I'm just going to gather myself and get me personal stitching, and we'll get into that. Thanks, guys. Hi guys, I'm back with my personal stitching. Right, I have got 3 projects I have worked on since my video with Mama in September. I have been working as well on, obviously, always model stitching, which I can't show you, and gift stitching, but I did manage to tick off some of my goals I set at the beginning of the year. I did a February goal video on 2 of me, I think 6 whips I've got. On 2 of them I've completed the goals for the year, so they won't come out again now. And I also set like the little mini goal I set myself in Mum's video on one of them, which was to get a page finish on a full coverage. So I'll just show you. Firstly, I've got me carrots in my Easter bag. I love this bag. So I have an ornament tree that I want to do lots of ornaments for over the years. I've done some already, and I'm working on the spring ornaments, and it's the Cricket Collection carrots I'm doing. I would like these. The one I've been working on is here it is, so it's the other way around. This one. And last time you saw me, I'd showed you that I completed this one, and I'd done literally like 3 lines of this one. Well, I've now finished that one. And that was my goal for this year, was just to get 2 more carrots done. And then I think in January, I'm going to just do a carrot a month until they're finished. I've no plans to get these completely FFO'd for next spring. We're hopefully moving house next year, so I just like them done, and then I can have them ready for the spring after. But so these are the 2 rabbits I've done so far, and that was the sunflower I showed you last video. And look, I've now finished. I think this one's called the violets, so it's almost like a climbing frame with violets on it. These all have buttons, so they'll come to life more when I put the buttons on, but I'm going to do that at the end. And this is on carrot linen. I think it's by weeks. And it's good, these patterns, because they give you an option of what, basically, if you don't do it on an orange fabric, they tell you where to stitch orange, but it says if you have an orange fabric, then don't stitch this bit. So it's really helpful. I'm a little bit close on this one. I'll have to remember next time, but there is just enough room there for me to just cut. And I only need a tiny flap because they're tiny little ornaments. But yeah, this should hopefully fill up. with row of different ornaments. And they're all things basically bunny related, so things bunnies would like, so in a garden. And these are my 2 central bunnies that I'm going to have, which are like getting married. It was their rabbit's big day or something it was called. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this one. And I was so happy to complete that goal, because they really don't take that long to stitch. It's just me. I've got to just get on with it and just dedicate a day or two to stitching it, and it's done. But I've finally completed one of my goals for the year, which is the 2 carrots to be done. So I'm going to put him away now, and I'll bring him back out in January and try and get another whole carrot done. Okay, what's next? So while it was Halloween, I thought it was a good time to get this one out again. I'm stitching this one in a loose Sal, because we're all a bit rubbish, except for Sally, Flossy Sews and Grows. We're all stitching Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. That's me, Sherry from Just So Sherry, Sally from Flossy Sews and Grows, and Rachel from Talking Dog Stitchery, or Stitcher, sorry, on her Flosstube. Stitchery's a shop and Stitcher is a Flosstube handle. And this was a great piece to bring out in Halloween. Last time you saw it, this is where I was at. And my goal for the year was basically in February, I said I would like the whole top border done and just down a little bit, so it's almost like symmetrical. So I've just done the top border, and that doesn't sound like a lofty goal, and it isn't really, but these are a lot more stitching than they look. But I'm doing it all in the hand-eye floss, and I've chose to do mine on 32 count Permin in Amazing Grey, and I'm stitching with 2 strands of floss over 2 strands of linen. And this is where I'm up to. Excuse the extra fabric, it was just a little tight on the Q-snap. Yay! Another gold star, Sally. Look, I did me goal. So I know it's not very interesting for you to look at, but it's as Stuart says on oh God, I just can't remember his channel name. Stuart in Stitches or something like that. I'm eating my vegetables. So I'm trying to get the border done first, so that I've done the kind of like monotonous bits out the way and make sure it meets up. So we've got the top row of the border done, and that was the goal I set for myself back in Feb when I was only like here with this little bit. So you know, when I'm stitching things like this, you know, it does take quite a while. It's a lot of stitches to show you guys the finished result. So these things take a back seat, sadly, but I was kind of caught up and could have some personal stitching time. So obviously I'm doing model stitching and getting ahead for the year, but I did manage to complete the goal in October. And I think it's gorgeous. I'm loving I think it's Onyx and Garden Gate, these colours here, and they're absolutely stunning. So atmospheric and moody. So it's going to look really good up at Halloween time of the future. But yeah, I'm loving that. So I think my goal is, I'm going to probably do a goal video next year, but I'd love to get next year at least like maybe this L done. Potentially, if the year goes well, maybe the whole border done. So at least I've done, like by the end of the year, the whole border, and then I've only got the central piece to work on. We'll have to see how the year goes. Like I said, it's going to be a very busy year shop-wise, but it's also, personally wise, we've got some things planned, like hopefully we're going to move, so we're going to have to like, kind of make that a precedent, aren't we, really? Moving house. Oh. And then we're going the big stitch with Mama 2026. They'll be here before we know it. We're at the big stitch. And we're making it into a little holiday, and we're going to go the Peak District after it. So we might have a wedding to attend next year. It's just a few things, but that's another one, another goal done. So he won't come back out now because I've completed his goal. And then the final thing I worked on, which is on its way to having its yearly goal finished, but I'm so proud of myself. So this is what took up most of my stitching time, and any full coverage stitchers will know this. This is in my Beatrix Potter Christmas bag. I love this. I like red polka dots in it. I think I got this from Sammy Sharp, Lizzie Little Loops, I think. Right, so this is my full coverage. It's called Simple Pleasures. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. Artist is Chris Dunn, and it's charted by the amazing Pain Free Crafts. Okay, guys, are you ready? I have done another page. Here it is. So, Pain Free Craft pages are a lot smaller than like Haid pages. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. They're like 5 squares along. So last time you saw it was like here. I'm very grateful that I actually landed on a less interesting page because, as we know, you know, full coverages need light and dark to pop and look 3D, and it just so happened to be the dark page. This edging here of the hay that's above the window was very confetti, but this was kind of 5 or 6 dark colours run through to create the wall of the burrow, basically, because they're kind of like hidden underground, and there's a window into the outside world. And I was really grateful because it helped me complete this page, not being able to just run with that dark colour for most of the page. So I did all the dark and just left this kind of gap of this leftover run, and then in the end that took the longest at the very last few days before doing this video, just going in with all the different creams and ginger colours and different browns and going in and finishing that hay. But I did it, guys. I said to you last month I wanted to complete another page on it this month, and I've done it, and even with COVID, so I'm really pleased with myself. Stats on it, so since the September video with Mama, I was at 12.17% when I showed it you then, and I'm now at 14.92%. I had done 15,095 stitches on this piece when I showed it you with Mama in September, and I'm now at 18,499. So I've done 3,404 stitches since I saw you in this one piece. And yes, I could have put that stitch time to more use and done a bigger variety of projects and maybe seen more progress, but you've got to put some time in with these full coverages, sadly, if you want to see progress. And my ultimate goal is there is only one more page here and one line, it's like what we call a partial page, to get the top row done. And that's my goal. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do it by the time I see you with Mama when we do our Christmas video, which is usually like a week before Christmas, but I'm hoping I've got a good way towards it so that by New Year's Eve I've at least met my goal by the end of the year. But you never know, I might do it. But just look at that 3D effect of the hay. It is just glorious. The light's there, so I'm just going to show that way in case that's better. And you can see it isn't just a dark space, there is some kind of like mottling in it. So it was a few different browns, but it was mainly only like 6 or 7. So it was quite bulk stitching. And I'm doing this on 25 count easy guide, 2 strands of floss over 2 over 1. Call me brain, 2 over 1. So yeah, again, that's quite thick for some people, but I just love it. I just love the coverage. But really enjoying this. Really comfort stitching. Fabulous. So, not a huge amount, but I think in comparison to what I've been doing the rest of the year, that's been like the best personal month of stitching I've had, and I can see some progress in 4 weeks. And in the background, I've also got model stitching getting ahead for next year, and I've actually got 2 gift stitching that I can't sadly show you. The other thing I wanted to show you that I forgot to show you earlier in the year, back in Feb when I did my first video, I let you know that I was stitching some, I'd picked 3 Little House Needlework sheep virtues to do for my friend's 50th. And what happened is I was supposed to go to her kind of birthday party and I was going to gift her this, and it was the same week my nan died. So yeah, it's been a bit of a poo year this to be honest. So I did it and then completely forgot to show you. So I'm going to put a picture here of the 3 sheep virtues that I framed for her and gifted her when I saw her later in work, when I went back to work. So here's a picture here. And as you can see, what I've done is I've kind of omitted the border they did, and I just did a very simple box border in a colour I chose. And then I did the virtues inside, and I didn't, I don't think I added any buttons if there was buttons called. I just left the buttons off, but I just picked the 3 that I thought was most appropriate for our friendship and things she liked, and then did it, and she absolutely loved it. So that is another finish that I've had this year that I just forgot to show you. The final bit of personal stitching I wanted to show you, just because it's a fan favourite and it's Halloween, so you only get to see him once a year. And at the moment I've got my cross-eyed cricket Sleepy Hollow display up with ornaments, so he's been in a different location, so you can't see him behind me, so I just wanted to bring him out again. This is my full coverage that I did finish, so you know I just showed you one there that I'm doing. This is the same artist and same charting company, Pain Free Crafts, that designed this one, which I think is just called Halloween, and it's basically animal trick-or-treaters. And this is one I completed years ago. If you're kind of newer and you've not seen, I've got all the full coverages I've finished in all the videos, but I just couldn't let another Halloween go by without giving you another sneak peek of this this amazing chart. This is still to this day one of my favourite charts to have stitched, and I just love it. It's so fun. Brilliant. Love it. Right, that's all my personal stitching. Are you ready for the haul? Let's go. Right, we'll try and fly through it as quick as possible. First thing I want to show you, Mama got me these for my birthday. There is a lady, again, I'll put her name below, and she's Charlie X Feathers on Instagram. And she has basically a shop where she sells floss drops, but she also has an option that you can kind of custom your floss drops, so you can pick a theme, and then she hand draws them. It's very, very beautiful. And my mum had some custom made for me for my birthday, and I'm just going to show you these here now. And the very first one is a cabin in the woods. I couldn't believe it. So that one's my most special one because of our chart, Cabin in the Woods, which I think is everyone's kind of favourite of ours so far. And I just loved it. So basically it's just like woodland and flower themes and nature, and they're just absolutely precious. Look at those ducks. Oh, she's so talented. And the fox. Look at all this purple with that, the flower drawings on it. They all look like a woodpecker and the tree. Oh, just a talented lady, Charlie. Oh. Badger. Little hedgehog on green. Sleeping bear, I love him. Strawberries on yellow. And 2 more. Got a bird singing in the night, little blackbird. And then another flowers on red. Oh, stunning. Thank you so much, Mama, for getting me them. If you would like to order some floss drops like this, then please go check out Charlie X Feathers. I'll put a link in case I'm saying her name in the wrong order or something, on Instagram, and you can request a custom floss drops where she'll draw them, and sometimes she just has sets already done, like in a theme. But excuse me. The residue of the cold. but they're absolutely stunning and I love them. And thank you very much, Charlie. Thank you. And thank you, Mama. Wonderful. Let's have a drink before I choke to death. Okay. Next up. Right, Meg from Coffee Craft Fabrics had a ridiculous sale. I can't remember, it was like 50% off. And I went perusing. I went shopping. And I bought, I had no purpose for them, nothing in mind. I just chose colours I liked. Now these are all, she doesn't name them and they're not like, oh, you can go and then repeat buy them. She just dyes fabric and then it's like your potluck if you get one. So I'm just gonna show you some of the beautiful kind of colours that you can get. I got this one, like a purpley grey mottling, and it's opalescent. Something spooky is calling for this. I don't know what. I just liked it. And there was a ridiculous deal on, so I got it. And I got this one, which is a lovely, you can't have enough neutrals in my book. This is an opalescent neutral. Like to do Christmas things on neutral opalescents. I was like, because I like Victorian type Christmas things and oldie worldy. It's like oldie worldy but with a bit of sparkle. So I've got that neutral. Got another neutral, but it's got like a pink tinge to it. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but there's a slight pinkness to it. Yeah, it's not really coming up on camera, but there is a slight pinkness to this. Pinky purple. It's very subtle, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And I shall add them to my stash. And next time I'm starting a new project and I need a colour like that, I've got it ready. Fabulous. What else did I buy? Right, I got from Talking Dog Stitchery. I asked her to order me these in. Country Cottage Needleworks, very naughty. I'm just getting them in the right order. They released this new monthly mini village series last year. No, beginning of this year, sorry, I think it was. I don't know. It was not too far long ago. And I asked her to get me the first 6 months, just because they were the ones that were out. And I said, right, when the others are finished, I'll go back and get the other 6. And I need to do that bit yet. But I have picked up the first 6, which is January, February, March. Look at rainbow. Little pot of gold, so cute. April. Sorry about the glare because the little packets are in. May, my birthday month. And June. Love these. So I need to, I'll probably January, February, look at getting the other half to complete the collection. I have many of Country Cottage's monthly series and have yet to start one. So that's on my, I've got a few like goals I want to complete where I'm like, there's charts I've seen in my stash where I'm like, I've got like a few variants of that. I really need to at least start one of them. So I will look at doing that at some point. Maybe working in some like, you know, I don't know how to call it, but like on the hit list. You know, he's been in the stash for years and needs to get going and get out. So, what else I bought? I saw, like, so one of my favourite designers is Sue Hillis. And I've been seeing these for years. And for some reason, I think what it was is I was buying some floss for for a model stitch, and I saw it's like, oh no, it can't travel alone, you know. I blame you for that one, Stitchy Sally. She always says that floss can't travel on its own. So I'd seen this Santa when I was buying the floss, and I know she did more, and I turned around and I was like, oh, there's quite a few more of these. And I love Santa. I've got a right thing about him. I love stitching Santas, and I love Santas. I've got loads of Santa charts I need to do. There's actually one in a book that I got specially years ago to do him, and he's on that list I just mentioned, the hit list of I must start him. So I don't know if I'm just gonna have a star palooza next year. I might not get very far with anything, but it's like, just start it. You know, I don't know. But I got him, and then I was on like a different shop, and I thought, oh, that can't travel alone. I've started collecting these now because I've bought one, so I'll get this one. So basically, my goal is to collect each of these Santas. The only one, obviously, you know, it's probably not relative to my home, is he's gorgeous, but the patriotic Santa. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense in my home. People are like, maybe an American Santa in you. But I love him. And I do have a couple of things that are patriotic that I don't mind having, but yeah, giant Santa in blue, red, white and blue, it might ask a few questions. So yeah, but I just love them all. I love them. So yeah, so I've got them. Aren't I naughty? And then, of course, needlework happened. And as well as a designer, you know, I'm only human. And I'm a shopper too, you know, and a stitcher. And so there was like, I mean, there was loads of charts I could have had, but, you know, I had to cull it a bit. So I've started collecting some of them charts. Now, one of the designers, I can't say names because I can't give it away, it's so annoying. I have bought some of her needlework market charts, but some of them might be Christmas presents, so I can't show them or give them away. So you hide your ears, mama. But I have started collecting some of the others I wanted. One of my highlights from the show was finally a Farm Girls Sleepy Hollow. I mean, you can see behind me why. Huge Sleepy Hollow fan. Absolutely love this one. I'm so much in love with Sleepy Hollow, I've told Sam that we have to do a Sleepy Hollow chart. So stay tuned for that next year, because there's some amazing odes to Sleepy Hollow out there. And I've probably got most of them. And I want to be, as the designer part of me wants to also add ours into the mix. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But what a stunner chart. I had to get this one. I also got my first Lola Crow. The amazing Lola Crow. When I saw this at Needlework Market, I just loved it. This is Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. Absolutely gorgeous. The detail on the pumpkins, the little barn, the moody fabric. And my partner loves this one. When I showed it him, he said, oh yeah, want that up for next Halloween. I was like, oh my God. I was like, do you not realise how much I've got to do? So yeah, there's still a few more on my hit list, but as you can see, I'm not lacking in charts. And then here's the big one, guys. This is the last bit now. My mum and dad. So my dad turned. I'll say he had a big birthday. Let's put it that way. He turned a 0 in May, and as part of his present, Mum took him to Canada. And then after they went to Canada, they went and saw, my godparents live in America. And they went to there, and I was like, oh, so you're going to be in America for a few weeks, aren't you? And she was like, yeah, why? And I was like, I've been wanting some Brenda Gervais charts that you can't get over it. There's a couple you can get on 1, 2, 3 stage, but all her like new releases, and you just can't get. It's an absolute fortune to have it shipped, right? And I was like, that's just too tempting. You're over there I could have these shipped to my godparents at a very reasonable shipping price because it's just travelling within the States, and you could bring them home with you. She's like, right, go on then, go and do your ordering. Well, this was, you know, a once in a few year opportunity they get to visit. So I kind of went a bit Brenda Gervais nuts. But, you know, in my defence, it is Brenda Gervais. So I'm going to show you what I got. I got a scary mouse. How cute is that? And again, sorry for the glare. I also got plum pudding. Oh, I just love it. Absolutely love it. I got Christmas at Winterberry Cabin. I've seen this one for years and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I had to have it. I'm sorry about the glare. I think everyone's seen this one. I got Bobbin for Pumpkins. I mean, just look at those witches. This is just going to make some really fabulous Halloween smalls. I got Snowbirds. Isn't that gorgeous? And I got Field Mouse Hollow, which is like the mice again for the plum pudding one, but at Halloween. Look at them shoelaces. And then finally, this was the main reason I wanted to do this. I have coveted this chart since I seen it, and I just could not get it anywhere being based in the UK, and it's Santa Stops Here. This is why I did this, but I also had loved and adorned some of her other patterns for years, but this is the one I really wanted. Really, really. It was like becoming my unicorn chart, and I've got it. And yes, that is the most kind of I've bought charts wise and well, but it was my birthday month, and I thought I'm going to treat myself. I mean, when's the next time that mum and dad are going to be in the States, you know? In fairness, I've heard on the grapevine that they may be coming here next year. So I may be able to convince her, you know, like, you know, because I've always wanted to stitch her, like I love Garon Stitchery, and I can't, like, you know, I want some of their charts and things, so I might have to go on there and have them shipped to her. She can bring them with her, maybe. I've got my own dealer in the States for cross-stitch charts. So yeah, that's an awful lot of haul. And as I said, some of it's been gifts, some of it has been support for designers during Needlework Market. You know, I don't want them, I just supporting them. And some of it has just been, I've been adding floss for model stitches and thought I'd add something in. It's been my birthday, it's been months and months, and we were talking like 6 months of purchases here, and it is more than I would normally do, but the designers were just coming out with too many good stuff. What can I say? Anyway, that's me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video with just me on my own. It's so weird not having someone to bounce off, so I hope I've done an okay job. Thank you again for all your support, your well wishes, and the next video I'll be doing, there'll be one more this year, and it will be our, you know, we always do it, a happy Christmas video with Mama, and we'll catch up with what she's been working on, and I'll hopefully have a bit more progress on my full coverage. And I've got a couple more whips in the back that I've got year-end goals that I want to try and get done. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. But happy spooky season, and enjoy this run up now for Christmas, and in the States enjoy Thanksgiving, and everyone stay safe, and yeah, love you all. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.